The worst gig I've ever done, there's probably two contenders, but I'm going to tell you about this one. I once hosted the World Parmo Making Championships in Stockton-on-Tees on a Saturday afternoon out the back of a van. Now, basically, a parmo is a bit of chicken, flattened, covered in bechamel sauce, then grilled. It's a very unhealthy meal. It's like a kebab, a load of different places were cooking them, and I had to stand with a microphone and talk about them cooking them. And there is nothing that brings out the scum of the earth like a daytime food festival in Stockton. The first gig I ever did as a comedian was at a pub called the Dog and Parrot in Newcastle, and upstairs they had a little room. It must have been 30-seater, and it was basically an open mic night. My friend went the week previous and said, I went and did this open mic night, would you like to go? I didn't know what it was at the time. I went, watched him, and I went and did it, and that was that, as they say. After the first gig, I was addicted to laughter, and I was telling everyone I was a comedian after literally my first open mic gig. The weirdest venue I've ever performed at, it was called the Wasp's Nest. It was a pub, very inviting, Wasp's Nest. It was in Dewsbury. It was a Saturday night. It was a comedy night, apparently. No one was told about the gig. No one in the pub knew there was a gig. There was no lighting, no stage, no microphone. They just turned the music off, and me and another comedian had to walk into the middle of a pub with people having a lovely night and start ruining the night by telling jokes. It was awful. My comedy hero is Billy Connolly. I'm going to see him soon, and I hope I get a chance to meet him backstage afterwards, because I will be breaking in backstage afterwards. Something that only comedians have to deal with is strangers coming up to you and demanding you do your job on the spot in the street. No one else gets that. Like, gardeners don't just get pulled into people's gardens and demanded to rake and stuff. I'm not a gardener, I don't know any of the terms. But people just, when you tell people you're a comedian, they just go, right, good, do it now. And you never do, and it's fun. I got into comedy because I always found making people laugh to be like a kind of aim, like a kind of goal in conversations with people. Like if I had a conversation with a group of people, it would just be like a little voice in my head going, make them laugh, do something funny, make them laugh. And then I realised you could get paid for it. Idiots. If I wasn't a comedian, I would genuinely be a zookeeper. But I'm not touching the shit, just stroking them and that.